Hey everyone, this is Spoony Bard. I recently managed to get quite a few graphic novels at my local dollar store all in one trip, so I decided I'd split them up into two different videos. So this would be part two. As you can see, there's a few books, so let's check them out. First up, I've got DC Rebirth Superman Volume 3 Multiplicity. This trade collects issues number 14 through 17 and annual number 1. The first story collected in this is the annual number 1, which is actually features Superman and Swamp Thing. Now, if you are looking for something really good to read, there is an older story written by Alan Moore that does feature the two characters teaming up. The main story in this book involves some guy who's collecting different versions of Superman throughout the multiverse. So, our Superman and a group of other Supermen from different universes need to team up and stop this guy. I love Superman. I like multiverse stories done well. This could be pretty good. Next up, I've got DC Rebirth Justice League Volume 1 The Extinction Machines. Now, this trade collects Justice League numbers 1 through 5, as well as the Justice League Rebirth one-shot. All I really know about this particular story is that it deals with what is essentially the new 52 Justice League having to interact with the pre-Flashpoint Superman. Now, towards the end of the new 52 run, their version, New 52 Superman, did end up dying from exposure to different sources of radiation over the years. And because of this, the original pre-Flashpoint Superman returned to take his place. So this volume, again, is pretty much just these characters learning to work with a version of their friend, but who they don't know yet. Something I found really scummy was at the back of the book with the variant covers, there's one by Michael Turner. Now, this is somebody who's been dead for more than, 15 years now. So I think this is pretty scummy to do, to use his work to sell a variant. Now, maybe one of you guys can let me know if there was a little scandal about this or his family got paid or something, because this doesn't feel right to me. Next up is New 52 Wonder Woman, Volume 6, Bones, collecting issues number 30 through 35, and the story from Secret Origins number 6. Now, this is the final volume in the Brian Azzarello run. This completes a 3-year story arc that he was doing, I think, primarily with Cliff Chiang as the artist. And I have enough of the volumes that I feel like I can start to read this now. The first of my two Batman books is All-Star Batman Volume 1, My Own Worst Enemy by Scott Snyder. Now, on a personal note, I was happy to find this because I do have volumes 2 and 3, also acquired through the dollar store, and this gives me now the first 3 volumes. The story seems to be about Batman being dragged hundreds of miles away from Gotham City and being forced to fight his way back, and a whole host of his villains are standing in the way. Now, somehow, to help him in his quest, he has Harvey Dent, the good side of Two-Face. So, I haven't read any of this later Scott Snyder stuff, so this is pretty cool. This actually also does contain, there were backup stories in the first 5 issues of All-Star Batman featuring a character known as the Signal. So they do have the first 5 reproductions of the Signal story, which actually leads me into my next book. I do just want to mention again how disgusting I think it is that DC is using this old Michael Turner artwork to sell new variant covers on their stuff. Just completely scummy. For the second Batman book, I've got Batman and the Signal. Now, I mentioned on the All-Star Batman review that there were backup stories featuring Batman and this character, the Signal. So this volume collects the backups, not just from All-Star Batman 1 through 4, but also the last half of the Cursed Wheel storyline from All-Star Batman 6 through 9. It also collects his first appearance in the New Talent Showcase 2017, and the first three, or rather, I should say, the 3-issue miniseries of Batman and Signal. For my last book, I have published by DC Comics, Diablo, Sword of Justice. Now, based off the logo, you can tell this is to tie in with Diablo 3, which is a game I've played and cannot remember. The first two Diablo games were groundbreaking, and I lost many, many hours into both of them. But for Diablo 3, I think I just completed the storyline and uninstalled it. Now, I do love the lore of the franchise, and the art on this looks particularly cool, so I'm thinking this is going to be a good book. So that's it for this video. Comments and critiques are always welcome. I love hearing about the stuff that you guys find, so feel free to comment, and otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.